You're listening to Keith Engle, the host of TGI Sports Talk on the National Streaming Sports Roku channel.
Football season is here, and SeatGeek is my go-to for buying tickets. Now with SeatGeek, every single ticket is backed with their buyer guarantee. We've all had plans change, and when you can't make it to the big game, SeatGeek has you covered. They're the only ticketer that allows you to return your tickets ahead of the event for credit with SeatGeek swaps. So when things come up, I know that my tickets won't go to waste. So what are you waiting for? Download the SeatGeek app to maximize your possibilities and shop live events with confidence.
Good afternoon, everybody. Keith Engle here for TGI Sports Talks MLB update. Hang on 1 second. Well, good to have you guys with us today. It's kind of not a bad spring day. We're supposed to get some rain here in the Northeast, but it's been kind of nice. Kind of a busy work day, but all good when you get past it. We'll look at the standings. I didn't get a chance to look at who's hot and who's not, but we'll look at it together. We got some other topics to get into today. Mike Trout hurt again. Big, it's amazing. We have a fan falling out of Pittsburgh. Yeah, that poor guy. I don't know whether, again, I don't know who to blame. Whether we blame teams for making it easy for these things to happen, or people just that silly. Soto hits his first couple of home runs in the same game and a loss for the Mets, but finally homers at Citi Field anyway. Jake Berger is put to the minor leagues by Texas, and we got more pitching injuries. This new week, we got new injuries. Walker Buehler among them this week. We'll take a look at all of that and anything else we can find to dive into here today. And we'll look at the weekend's games as well, as we always do. Who's hot, by the way? Let's take a quick look, because we'll do this together today. And get the comments up there. All right. So who's hot and who's not? Real quick. We'll go around the standings. I just want to look at who's hot. Nobody in the American League East is hot. The Tigers have won 2 in a row, 7 out of 10. They're doing okay. Guardians are starting to pick it up a little. They moved into second place. The Royals are 9-1 in their last 10, starting to straighten out their ship. The Twins are sinking. The White Sox are the White Sox. Mariners 4 in a row, 8-2 in their last 10. Despite some pitching injuries, the Mariners are starting to score some runs. Look out. They scored the fourth most runs in the American League, if I look at this quickly. Houston up into second place. The A's, 2 games over 500, playing in Sacramento. 7-3 in their last 10. The Rangers are stinking it up. Just sent Berger to the minors. And the Angels, hot starts, distant memory. 6 in a row they've lost. Mets have lost a couple in a row now. The whole East is not doing all that well. The Braves 7-3, moved within 2 games of 500. 14-6 in their last 20. Told you not to worry about the Braves. Nationals are ahead of the Marlins. Marlins have lost 5 in a row. We'll give you an update on the Rockies in a second. The Central's we'll look at who's ahead, but pretty much treading water. Dodgers 5 in a row, regained first place from the Padres. We're 4-6 in their last 10. My upstart Giants are lost 3 in a row. And the Rockies have won 2 in a row. What's their pace now, you ask? I will tell you. Bear with me. It's worse than last week. Times 0.194. It can't get worse than this, man. Oh, that's better. 31 wins, 131 losses. Congratulations to the Rockies being our new team to watch this week. Drew, a third of the – come on. Is there a third of the season gone already? I'm not good at math, but that doesn't seem right. Not even. It's a quarter of the season, Drew. No, 32. Yeah, 32 times 4. What is that? I can't do math. Am I wrong? 32 times 4. That's not even it. A fifth of the season is gone. Not a third. Well, you scared me. I thought I woke up and it was the 4th of July or something. But Judge, to your point, oh my God. Judge is a monster. And now the Yankees have had a couple of unsung heroes because they've had guys not. And Jazz Chisholm, by the way, went on the DL today to speak about guys that are hurt. Obliques. It's always obliques. But Trent Grisham's been a big surprise and one of the unsung heroes of this start of the Yankee season. And so has Luke Weaver without his best stuff. But to Drew's point about Judge, where is he? I'm just going to do some stupid math here real quick. And don't go by this, but I'm just going to give you some stupid math. Oops, hang on. I wanted Judge's stats. Ready? So if I assume again, I think a fifth of the season is gone. Yeah, we'll call it a fifth. So times 5, 50 homers. That's it. He won't break a record. 50 homers. But 160 RBIs, that's pretty good. Hit 400. What can he do to top himself? He's going to hit 400 and drive in 160 runs and not hit 60 homers. We're going to say, oh, man, he stinks. We're not going to say that. Judge is amazing. This is the best start in his career. Judge has never been a fast starter that I remember. I'm not saying he never had a decent April, but we know from the last couple of years he doesn't get off to great starts. JB, we had a nice series with the Orioles and the Yankees. I had to, unfortunately, I lost a Dunkin' Donuts card, which I wager with one of the people that work for me, as we have lost. Where's the Yankees? Did we lose 2 out of 3? I'm right? Yeah, we lost 2 out of 3. Good series, though. I mean, Yankees pummel. Yankees pummel them in game 2, but the Yankees lose 2 one-run decisions. And Bautista with my boy Bautista with a couple of saves in that series. So that was fun. Both knew the Braves would come back. Yeah. Even Wednesday night on the looking at my screen on Roku. This shirt doesn't show up well. It doesn't. I got a lot of distortion around my. Maybe it's. I don't have this high enough. That might be part of the problem. That's a little better. I don't like when I turn my head. I get distortion in my headset. You don't see it on the or too much, at least on the Facebook, but on Roku you do. And my head is huge again. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, even Wednesday night, we got talking about the Braves stinking it up and thinking about making a managerial change. And I'm like, this story must be old. As I said, they've won 14 of the last 20. Got to be excited, right? I don't know how you do math, but that's not a third of the season for me. It's not game-wise. So a third of the months are gone. I hate to debate you in math because I suck at math, Drew, but we've only played 32 games. That's 1/5 of the season, 20% of the season, not 33%. So again, theoretically, if I would multiply all these stats by 3, and we would not be talking about other than his 400 average, we'd be talking about 90 RBIs for Judge. Drew says, sorry, JB, we knew the Orioles staff would be an issue, but even the hitters aren't covering for them. No, they're it's been a tough struggle for the Orioles. 12-18. I still think, listen, this team bounces back. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They're going to get healthy at some point. The hitters are going to hit. You think Gunnar Henderson's going to hit what's he hitting? 80? I don't even know. He sits in my freaking lineup every day. How about Drew? First time ever, I think I did not get, I lost all my pitching points last week because I missed by like 2 innings. First time ever. I couldn't find a starting pitcher Sunday. Actually, I didn't want to dump one of my starters, so I took a shot and hoped for the best. We fell just short. Is anybody hitting on the Orioles? Rushman, 222. Cedric Mullins he's your star offensive player. That tells you all you need to know about your offense. Mountcastle's hitting 190. Gunner's hitting 228. That's a step up. He's starting to get it together a little bit. Jake Westbrook, who Drew wanted from me badly. I should trade him. I didn't need a third shortstop, though. And no second baseman. He's hitting all 217, and he's day-to-day, I believe. Jackson Holiday playing a little better in a second go-round here in the major leagues. I think Jackson Holiday is going to be the real deal, and just stick it out with him. So this team will hit eventually. Tyler O'Neill's hitting 215 after a hot start. That's not unusual for him. Pitching-wise, Zagamo had another nice start. I almost picked him up today. Creamer's been terrible. Povich, not good. I know we talked about him last week having a good start. Charlie Morton is starting to show his age. I think, again, I said a few times, I believe Charlie was at least only a couple of years behind me in high school. Elton will help them. Eflin, excuse me. He's not one of the Keebler Eltons. Elton will help them. I did it again. Eflin will help them. And they'll get some guys back. I still think the Orioles bounce back. We'll see. I have a value. I'm not a blind squirrel, Drew. Forgot they have yeah, they do. That's the thing, right? Yeah, I always go by games when I'm looking to do multipliers, right? Because you want to see what guys are on a pace for. Similar to what I do with my people all month long at work. We want to see what the run rate is. So, again, 160 RBI run rate for Judge. He'd only hit 50 home runs, though. We'll all be disappointed. The way he's playing, I mean, look, it's April. I'm not going to get excited. I've already told you I don't get excited or disappointed until about Memorial Day. That weekend starts to tell me I want to see how guys are trending about that time. But you're right. Judge does things. There's zero doubt. And I said this last week, and I think I've said it for a few weeks. A couple of years ago, we had this debate about Ohtani and Judge being the MVP. Ohtani's a great player. Judge is the best player in baseball right now today. Until Ohtani can pitch and pitch well, that will probably give him a bit of an edge. But anybody who doesn't wear a glove is not getting my vote for best player in baseball. He's a great hitter. Judge is the best player in baseball today. I would, again, Soto's just Soto's such a he never should have said what he said about Judge, being protected. I was protected by the best player in baseball, which he's right, but don't say it. I don't even care. Soto can have the same year he had last year. And I'll tell you, Judge is a better player because of defense, base running. All that matters to me when we're talking about the best player in baseball. You can look at all these great offensive stats all you want. And Soto will have them at the end of the year. And the Mets are playing good baseball. Drew, I went against my better judgment and I picked up Holmes today. Hitters starting to come around. Pitching is their demise. The hitters are starting to hit a bit. Gunners picked it up a lot in the last couple of weeks. They need Westberg to hit. And the bullpen has pitched well, right? Batista's pitched well. What's Cano? Where's Cano? Kyle Gibson? No, he's been getting hammered. Suarez has been okay out of the bullpen, only a couple innings for him. Where's my boy Cano? He still hasn't allowed a run, 9 innings. Bautista's allowed 2. He's now up to 5 saves. You got to get to those guys, though, right? But it isn't just starting pitching. I mean, Eflin's only been back for a couple of starts, right? 3 starts, I guess. So you got like 2 guys doing anything in your rotation. And as Drew's talked about before, can we count on them to continue? I don't know. History says no. Jackson Merrill finally nearing the end of his rehab. That'll help the Padres. The Padres still a bit of a surprise, I think, at 19 and 11. Played very well. I'm trying to get back to my standings now. He's a really good player. And the Dodgers, I mean, they're starting to move into their second starting 5 now. Goslin, what did Goslin do the other night? I know he pitched the other night. He's one of the guys I liked a lot, and he got hurt. Really liked him a lot. Lance McCullers finally coming back for the Astros. It seems like 10 years. How long has he been out? Dodgers, and I think he's made a couple of starts and stops, if I'm not mistaken, but it feels like, I don't know, it feels like 2019 since McCullers has done anything. Let me see. And how about Chris Sale? Chris Sale putting up the numbers for the Braves that I thought he put up last year. Who am I looking for? Colors. Feels like he's been out forever. He pitched 8 games in 2022. I don't remember him doing that. Pitched well, by the way. I want his whole career here. Hold on. So he has not pitched since 2022. I'm not far off. 3 years since he pitched. When he last pitched, he was pitching very well. He's, again, an underrated guy for the Astros. That pitching staff is still going to be very good, and the Astros are still going to be somebody to contend with in the American League for sure. Dodgers suffering more pitching injuries for a second year. I think it's the 3rd year in a row. Drew, if I remember right, 2 years ago, they won 100 games and lost every one of their starting pitchers that year. They didn't win the World Series, but they won 100 games. I think they might have gone out in round 1. But they had that was the year I was really saying that Dave Roberts had to be the manager of the year for winning 100 games, losing half his staff. And I don't think he had quite the bodies that he's got there to back him up now. Well, they do have like 10 starting pitchers, but if they lose them all, you're right. Doesn't matter. Gone. Who the Dodgers got pitching starting right now today? Yamamoto. They still got Ohtani. Ohtani hasn't pitched yet. Snell's out. Glasnow's out. Kershaw's, who knows, year to year. Where's the rest of this roster with starting pitchers? Gonsolin's back. Who might else come back here? Dusty May. Dusty May may be back later in the year. Not a starter. So there's some guys coming back here. But again, I will tell you again, and I know I'm a broken record, so I apologize. You can probably guess where I'm going. The injuries to the starting pitchers, when is Major League Baseball going to wake up and see the way that they're treating and babying pitchers is only hurting them? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. You can't just wind them up, go throw 100 miles an hour for as long as you can. Teach them how to pitch. And teach them how to pitch out of jams and teach them how to stay in games and strengthen their arms. Actually strengthen their arms. There's something that's a novel concept. Pitchers used to throw almost every day. Scherzer ramping up his pitch count so he can come back and get injured again. Oh, God. How are the Blue Jays? How are the Blue Jays doing anyway? Oh, my God. I'm going to get canceled. Blue Jays have not been playing well. 3-7 in their last 7. The Schneider calling for the heads is coming. Who's in trouble managerial-wise, right? We're only a month into the season. If you had to pick a manager most likely to go, isn't it Schneider? It could be a Hyde from the crap. It could be Brandon Hyde from the Orioles. Trying to look at some of the other guys that stand out to me. Or Mark Kotze is doing a great job. Hyde could be in trouble. Cora's okay. Venable, poor guy. He'll be okay. Vote's okay. Hinch doing a great job. Espada doing a great job. Quatrero still doing a great job. Ron Washington, I'm sorry, Ron. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to get fired, and it's not your fault. Don't do anything stupid. Sorry. Rocco Baldelli, I think, has got to be in trouble. Boone's doing okay. Dan Wilson, Seattle's playing really good baseball. They're starting to score runs. What did I say about them? How many runs? Can I sort by this? I think I can. So they scored 152 runs, which would be 4th in the American League. 6th, 7th, 8th in baseball. That's not bad. For a team with the best starting staff in baseball, still in my mind. Got to get some of them healthy. I'll get to your comments in a second. Hang in there. Kevin Cash, Kevin Cash is a guy who's always rubbed me the wrong way. Bruce Bochy's okay, even though the Rangers are sinking. Bochy leaves when he wants to leave. Schneider in trouble. Lavello, okay. Schnitker, not quitting, not retiring, not resigning, not getting fired. Teams won 14 of their last 20. Craig Counsell's okay. Francona's okay. Had some health issues already. Bud Black should be begging to get fired. Dave Roberts is okay. McCullough, who we never heard of before he got hired from the Marlins, sacrificial lamb. Pat Murphy's okay. Mendoza doing a great job with the Mets. Rob Thompson's okay. Derek Shelton with the Pirates. Not sure. Marmol should be probably not buying a new house anytime soon in St. Louis. Schlitt in San Diego's okay. Melvin okay. Martinez probably okay. Bowles is pitching well enough. Who cares? I don't care about walks. No, I do care about walks. I was so irritated last week not getting the innings pitched. Oh, God, it ticked me off. But he's starting tonight. We'll give him a chance. I got a bunch of guys injured on my team again. Did Westberg go to the DL? I thought he was still just day-to-day. No, maybe I put him on my DL today. Let me see. I wish I traded him to Drew. Then I could have traded one of my shortstops for somebody else. Did I put Westberg on the DL? I did, yeah. Well, hopefully he rests up and he can hit when he comes back. Diamondbacks have lost both their co-closers. Puck and Martinez getting a bit thin on the back end. That's a tough division, man. It's going to be hard because the Dodgers are deep, and they can withstand the injuries. I mean, we see what's happening to them right now, and they're playing probably their best baseball of the season. The other teams don't have the margin for error that the Dodgers do. D-backs are a great example. They started to make a move. They're still okay. They're not in trouble. I still think there's a very good chance. And again, we're only April, 1/5 of the season through, or 1/5 of the way through the season. And if the I got this in the wrong order. If the season ended today, theoretically, I don't know how the tiebreakers would work right now, but again, 4 teams from the West would be in the playoffs. Again, it's only April. I'm sorry, it's not only April now. It's May 5th. No, May 2nd. I'll get this right. Playing good. George Kirby on his way back. First rehab start with Gilbert going down, though. Again, the wash, right? That would be big. That would be a big move for I'm having a brain fart. He's still with the Brewers? I believe he is. I don't think I'm wrong there. Oh, I guess he's not. Where is Woodruff? Where is he? Or maybe I'm just not seeing on the active roster. That might be all. Drew's going to have this up for me by the time Brandon Woodruff. Yeah, he's still with the Brewers, right? Yeah, I thought so. I didn't think I missed the big star. He's one of my favorite pitchers. Trout back on the IL. Did he go? He's a guy I know wasn't on the IL when I looked earlier. He's day-to-day. He's not on the DL yet. Sorry, I won't say IL. I'm stubborn that way. You know, Trout is one of the, and again, I'm not going to use the word tragedy because there's a lot of tragedies in life, right? Kids with cancer, that's a tragedy, wars, tragedies, players getting hurt, not tragedies. It's sad, though, to think of what his career might have been without injuries. Mike Trout was on his way to being one of the best players of all time. And still, I mean, his numbers, you know, when you look overall at his numbers since 2011, they're still pretty good. He's hit almost 400 home runs, almost 1,000 RBIs, almost a 300 batting average, which probably won't happen now. You know, Mickey Mantle was so upset with himself that he came back for that last season because it dropped his career batting average under 300. But this is a guy who even playing, I mean, he played 119 games in 2022 and hit 40 home runs and 80 RBIs. Missed a third of the season. I think that's a third. It's close. This poor guy. I mean, he has not played even 140 games since 2018. It's really sad. And it's not a guy you go, because this guy, is there anybody that roots against Mike Trout? There's nothing not to like about Mike Trout. He's everything that you'd want in a baseball player except the fragile body. It's really a shame. I mean, he's only got the last 3 years, like 37 homers and 100 RBIs. Not even 100 RBIs. 58, 75 RBIs in 3 seasons. This guy was going to challenge all kinds of records, and he should have. But your body breaks down. There's not much you can do, right? You only have so much control over that. I got to tell you, JB, I watch my boy Mel all the time. Doing This Week in Baseball. That came on in the 70s when I was a teenager, like 1974, maybe 75 was, I think, the first year of This Week in Baseball. And those 70s shows were the best. I will turn them on myself. Good stuff. There was nothing like 70s baseball. JB and I are on the same page. Dan moved to the 60-day. Yeah, De La Cruz. Stanton's, I really am not expecting to see Stanton all year. I'm really not. And I worry about the Yankees' ability to maintain the pace that they're on right now, which has been pretty good. I mean, 18-13 is not a horrible start. Only 5-5 in their last 10, but I worry about the pitching a lot. A lot of injuries. Fried's been everything we expected. Rondon's pitched well the last couple times out, but he might go to crap, excuse me, any minute. Will Warren has not stepped up where they need him to. I still hold out hope for Clark Schmidt. Can't win with 3 starters. Delvin Williams has got to find his groove in a closer spot. Right now, he's lost that job. There's no doubt in my mind he'll get it back. He's pitched well in, lower leverage situations. But Wells isn't hitting. Goldschmidt's been a very good rebound season, as we thought he might be. Chisholm's been a disappointment. Cabrera's been okay. A little bit challenged defensively. Volpe, I'm okay with what he's doing. Dominguez struggling as we thought he might early. I think he'll be okay. Bellinger, not sure. Judge is Judge. Ben Rice has cooled down after a hot start. DJ LeMahieu has gone like 5 games in a row in his rehab. Maybe as much as 6 now. It was a couple days ago. I was checking up on this. Without getting injured. Shocking. He'll have an injury if he hasn't had one already since we're talking. I love DJ, and he's never going to be the player he was before. The lower body is so important in baseball, and he's just struggling. Rays have a 9-13 record in a new bandbox. Yankee Stadium South, we like to call it. Well, you don't have a home field advantage when you're not playing in your home field. That would be scary. Oh, sorry, I'm distracted a little bit. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this Rays team anyway. They've done a great job. Kevin Cash, I don't know. Kevin Cash might be the best manager that I don't like. I think I harbor some ill feelings with him and CC and some other nonsense. He's always his guys can hit 10 Yankees in a row. You throw out one of their guys and he's crybabying all over the freaking place. Alex Diaz loses his closer job with the Reds, and now they just sent him down. How are the Reds doing? How are the Reds doing? Central's there for anybody to win, except the Pirates probably. And the Cardinals, I don't know, 5-5. I guess Marmol might be safe for another month. But Cincinnati's 17-15, a couple games behind the Cubs, who've played okay. Brewers 500. That division is going to be open for anybody. Probably the team that has the best pitching out of there is going to win. It may not be really great pitching either. Well, you forgot the stupid rules that MLB's put into place. Jesus Christ. These things irritate me so badly. Can't throw to third base 3 times because we worry about the pace of the game, right? All you had to do is enforce the rules you already had. Can't throw to first base 3 times. Remember, guys, again, they'd have to throw over 3 times before you even got their best stuff, their best move. Royals 9-1, Mariners 8-2. as we said. Mariners playing great baseball. They've moved into first place, 2 games ahead. Yeah, on the other side, the Rangers stinking it up. Jake Berger, they finally gave up on, at least for now. Where's Alan? Alan, hope you're doing okay, buddy. I know you're having a birthday in a few days. We'll give you an early happy birthday. I mean, the Rangers, they're batting. Here's their batting leaders. How could this be right? This can't be right. Adolis, they list Adolis Garcia as their batting leader at 218. That can't be right. No, Josh Smith is hitting 299, former Yankee farmhand. He's playing some pretty good baseball. Langford's starting to play good. Seager coming back from injury. Young has been okay. Heim, he's okay. Not a guy I'm in love with. But Garcia's been terrible. If I've still got him on my team, or I finally dropped him. Simeon's been terrible. Berger's gone. What's our twice a month pitching star DeGrom doing? So the pitcher's still okay. Evaldi's pitched really well. Maul's pitched well. DeGrom's pitched well and hasn't gotten hurt. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. My rookie of the year candidate isn't doing so well, true. He's got an 8.10 ERA. And I'd say he's over those control issues. What do you think? The command issues, Drew. He's walked 16 in 20 innings. Good call, Keith. 3 teams lead with the exact same positive run differential. Mets, mess. Drew, I think some of our newer followers have been a bad example on you with the nicknames. The mess, the Cubs. You don't have something for the Cubs and the Yankees? It's my favorite part of the show. How many of these guys does Keith know who they are without looking? Ian Anderson, back with the Braves. Yeah, that's interesting. Shenandoah grad, right down the road here. Blake Rutherford. Oh, why does that name ring a bell? And I can't. Give me a second on Blake Rutherford. Jonathan Villar, nice player in his day. Ramirez. Nafali, Felez. There was a bunch of shortstops around the same time Felez played that like we're all the same player to me. Uribe, they're all played in the same time, didn't they? Salta Makia. I think you were a better catcher than him, Drew. Felix Jose, not to be confused with Jose Felix. Keith Moreland. Keith Moreland was a decent player. Could play a lot of positions. Started as a catcher. Played with the Phillies and the Cubs. He was on that Cubs team that lost to San Diego after being up 2-0 in 1984. Clay Carroll, underrated relief pitcher with the Reds. Gates Brown, one of the great pinch-hitting ex-cons in history. Eddie Broussard and Eddie Collins. Collins, a great player in his day. Don't remember watching him play, obviously. We didn't see him on This Week in Baseball. So Rutherford's for me. Who is he? Oh, I'm thinking of a different guy with Felez. Who am I thinking of? There was a couple. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different guy there, apparently. Blanco Trainer win comeback player of the year, playing very well. What's that? So, you picked him to win last year. He tied for second with 9 HRs, 280 and only 9 Ks and 70 at bats. I've got him on one of my teams. I don't know if it's your league, Drew, or the one I'm in with. our good friend Greg Rawlings from America's Pastime. I didn't even do my opening today. America's Pastime, the love for baseball, one of the great groups that allows us to share. John Gonzalez at the Sports Authorities. Flo and the gang at Bottom Line Sports. Let's Talk Sports. Ken Krause at Golf Bud Sports of All Sorts. Of course, Ralph Williams will give a shout out to over there at RW Media and doing a lot of great stuff out of Pittsburgh, including the Sports Corner every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern with Spoken Jim Frazier. And DDH, thumbs up to you. Corbin Carroll already has 4 triples. Who is the triples leader? I'll bet you the triples leader has more than that, though, no? Let me, I want to see. Now I want to see. So you got to go complete leaders. No, that's a leader. Good one, Drew. 4 triples times 5 is 20 triples in a year. That's pretty good. Carroll's played pretty well, by the way. He's got 9 homers and 23 RBIs, don't forget, and a 958 OPS. Comeback player of the year there. If that continues. Brian McMahon. 44 strikeouts. That's 44% of the time, basically. 43%. These guys are terrible, man. Wouldn't it be funny if Joey Gallo came back? Joey Gallo's trying to be a pitcher now, right? Wouldn't it be funny if he struck out as many guys as he struck out? I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. Now I remember Feliz with Texas. I did confuse him with somebody else. Back in the, I want to say late 80s, early 90s, there was a bunch of shortstops. And there was I thought there was a guy with a similar name, and I'm not sure who I'm thinking of. But anyway, there was a bunch of them that they were all like the same player. Boy, he didn't pan out because I don't remember his name, Drew. We got a hard stop at 4:00 because I'm going to try to finish up the power washing in the front of the house that I never got to last week because of the rain. And before pizza time. Now I got to look out Rutherford. Did he ever even get a freaking taste of the major leagues? Never played in the majors. It says he had 35 at bats. There we go. I don't see him in the major leagues. Guy played all over the country, including Mexico. I don't know. I don't remember that name at all. Totally lost me there. Hello, Dave Guyette. Speaking of the Yankees, hello up in Amsterdam, New York. Good to have you with us. Worst hitters in baseball, Josh Bell. No shock. Ryan McMahon's a good player. It's too bad. Michael Conforto only hitting 156 with the still surprising Giants. They've taken a little turn for the worse, but oops. What do you got here, Drew? Gurriel leads with worst. Isn't that Trails? I'm not really sure. Worst on-base percentage, 205. I mean, look, hitting at baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. I will maintain that forever. But how do you get to the major leagues and only have a 205 on-base percentage? On-base percentage, again, throughout baseball is horrendous. Let me look at some of these. And we're going to get to the featured matchups of the week here pretty soon. How can I look at all of Major League Baseball? I can't. Why can't I? I want to see everybody. Won't let me do that. Damn. All right, here's one good one for you. 291. The White Sox. A team I'm always railing on about on base percentage is the Rangers. 285. What's the overall freaking? Oh my God. I mean, this is terrible. MLB team on base percentage. I got to see this. I got to see what the league is. Help me out. Yankees. All right, here we go. This will help. This will tell you how bad some of these teams are. The Angels, you wonder why they're losing 6 in a row? Their on base percentage is 271. I mean, this is where I get into the pointing out, because Drew will say, again, 60 points over your batting average is good, but if your batting average is 215, then 60 points over is not good. 282 for the Rockies, 285 for the Rangers, 291 for the White Sox, 296 for the Orioles. That's in Royals, 296. That's 6 teams under 300. That's nearly impossible. And if I look at the other end, I guarantee all these teams are winning. Yankees 350, Cubs 342, Mariners 339, which isn't great, but at least team-wise it's not awful. 337 for the Dodgers, 335 for the Phillies, 31 for the D-backs. Cardinals are a bit of a... The Cardinals are the one team I throw in here that surprises me a little bit. They're at 330, which isn't awesome, but overall team is not terrible. But they don't have a winning record, so they beat the Cubs lead was going to tell you again. Who's leads in caught stealing, by the way? Give me a good negative stat here. The Royals have been caught 13 times, 26 successful. Mariners at 37, caught 12. 44-6 is really good, by the way. But again, I love the stolen base. I'm reading a book right now. One of the books I'm reading, I read several books at a time for whatever reason. Is about the 60s Dodgers, and it's a lot about Maury Wills and Maury Wills' career. Did you know Maury Wills spent 8 seasons in the minor leagues before he got a chance with the Dodgers? He turned the stolen base into... He revived the stolen base. Nobody was stealing bases when Maury Wills, for the most part. He broke Ty Cobb's record, and I want to say 62. I think I'm right. Now, you know, and I love the stolen base. I loved watching Ricky Henderson. I loved watching Lou Brock. I loved watching. By the way, Lou Brock, this will be a bit blasphemous. I like him as a ball player. I talked about overrated Hall of Famers in football before. In baseball, Lou Brock's one of the more overrated guys. And again, stole a lot of bases, of course. He broke Will's record, and then he broke the all-time record, and then Ricky broke them all. But Brock, you look at Brock's overall body of work, he get caught stealing a lot, didn't have a really good on-base percentage. And I don't want to go too far because then I'm going to fall into the analytic part of this, really. But great players. But anyway, I was getting to my point about I love seeing a stolen can't believe it. Anyway, some news we'll share at a different time. I love to see the stolen base back, but not because, well, I guess, I don't know. Does a guy get a steal? Does a guy get a steal when and I truly don't know the answer. When Burns threw over to third base or first base 3 times, did he get a steal? I mean, again, remember something. The bases were 90 feet apart for 150 years. To get the stolen base back, we had to shrink the base pass because we made the bases bigger. So the bases being bigger helps. Again, the player safety, of course. Baloney. Bigger bases make it easier to find a place to go where the ball isn't coming at it. And the baseline shorter. Again, baseball full of bang bang plays all night long. So if you don't think that inch, I don't know what it is, a few inches make a difference, it does. What did I miss here? Mets 2.68, Padres at 2.86. Sorry, I don't always stay on these numbers, Drew. I'm a opinion kind of guy. I love the numbers, though. That's why baseball is a great game. The numbers are important. Real numbers. Padres and Mets, the only two teams below 3. I don't know if the Mets are going to be able to stay. The Mets, I worry about their pitch. Everybody, it seems, except the Mariners. If they get healthy, there's a handful of teams out there that I can say I don't worry about their pitching. The Mets and the Yankees, I mean, their success feels like it's built on a house of cards. I hope I'm wrong in one case for sure. Blue Jays lead in HRs given up with 44 in a park not known for as a launching pad. Again, Schneider has got to be in the hottest seat in baseball. I would have fired him a long time ago. I'm going to get to Astros lead in WHIP 1.08. Now, again, this is a newer age stat that I can live with because it's important. You know, that's basically, again, the amount of players or amount of people you put on base. That matters. Again, it's a new age stat because there was no WHIP. It wasn't hard to figure out. But we didn't track WHIP in the 70s, the 80s. But it's a good stat. I love WHIP. Let me look at the schedule. You guys can put up any comments you want as we get ready to wrap it up here in a little bit. Where are we? Sorry. I'm a little distracted at the moment. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. All good stuff. Washington's at Cincinnati. Mitchell Parker at Hunter Green. San Diego's at Pittsburgh. Dylan Cease at Mitch Keller. Diamondbacks and the Phillies. That's a nice series. Merrill Kelly. Oh, you were talking about Merrill Kelly. I was talking about Jackson Merrill. Who were we talking about earlier, Drew? I don't remember now. Did I mix up the two guys? We might have. Merrill Kelly is pitching tonight against Jesus Luzardo. That's a good matchup and a nice series for the weekend. Kansas City and Baltimore should be a good series. Baltimore needs to get it together. Playing home against a really hot team, though, is not a great place to do it. Creamer has not been good. It's Waka against Creamer. Tampa Bay will be at New York. Oh, we'll see if we get into a little Ryan Peapot is pitching against Max Fried. Maybe Kevin Cash will start another ball war. I'll get to that comment in a second, Drew. Cleveland's at Toronto. Logan Kelly at Chris Bassett. I'm going to tell you, Schneider's out of here by Memorial Day. I think I've made this prediction 3 years in a row. I'll be right eventually. Twins are at the Red Sox. Joe Ryan and Brian Bello. The surprising A's, 2 games over 500 in Sacramento. At Miami, probably 3 more wins this weekend. Hoagland against Belazzo. There's a couple of famous baseball names. Nice series here. Dodgers and the red hot Braves. Yamamoto and Grant Holmes start tonight. The Astros and the White Sox. Valdez, underrated starting pitcher, one of the best starting pitchers in baseball in my mind. Jonathan against Jonathan Cannon. Seattle at Texas. Texas trying to right their ship. Wu against Leiter. Wu might be the best number 5 starter in baseball, although he's not the number 5 starter at the moment. Cubs at the Brewers. That ought to be interesting with Craig Counsell returning home again. It'll be Ben Brown against Quinn Priester. I'll warn you, that game's on Apple TV. Bad production, man. New York at the Cardinals. Clay Holmes against Sonny Gray. Another guy who pitches great everywhere he pitches except the Yankees. Tigers will be at the Angels. Skubal against Soriano. And the Rockies. The 31-win pace Rockies will be at the Giants. Senzatella against Robbie Ray, who I also just picked up. Here's a little fantasy update by Drew. Speaking of which, Rick's beating you 11-7 with 3 days to go. You're getting destroyed 17-2 with no way to come back. Would have been a good time to take just one loss rather than lose all those points. That's my point. Listen, I'm not trying to change the world here. You guys, you've been doing this a long time. You're good with what you got. I'm okay. I'm just kidding around. Because the other league I'm in does the same thing. I just never. It always seems like a big punishment. When you have just a bad week or bad day, even, right? Puts you in the hole pretty bad. But it is what it is. You can make it. It also works the other way. So I get it. Great talking baseball, Drew. Is. I feel the same exact way. We'll be back Sunday with the Stream of Consciousness. Plenty to talk about in the world of sports. I mean, again, outside of baseball, there's a lot going on. And go Knicks. Knicks won their series last night, by the way. We're happy to see that. Anyway, we'll be back Sunday at 8:30 a.m. We'll see you then. Thank you to all of you for participating, mostly Drew and JB. Anybody who watches this later, thank you. Angle. TGI Sports Talk. MLB update. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
Football season is here, and SeatGeek is my go-to for buying tickets. Now, with SeatGeek, every single ticket is backed with their buyer guarantee. We've all had plans change, and when you can't make it to the big game, SeatGeek has you covered. They're the only ticketer that allows you to return your tickets ahead of the event for credit with SeatGeek swaps. So when things come up, I know that my tickets won't go to waste. So what are you waiting for? Download the SeatGeek app to maximize your possibilities and shop live events with confidence.
You're listening to Keith Engle, the host of TGI Sports Talk on the National Streaming Sports Roku channel.